If you know, you know. Because they seem my peoples from all over the world, wherever you hail from, Africa, South America, um, wherever you migrated of, I don't know, I see my people and I see my people. But as of lately, I've been seeing us versus them arguments amplifying, and I just wanted to add my minor 2 cents to the discussion from my perspective of somebody who's a Caribbean who from some time ago went to the U.S. or whatever. So it seems to me that both sides, and it's usually dominated from like a Western perspective, like and or people who are from Africa who have adopted to like the Western mindset. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You could correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody even listens to this, but anyways, it's like I remember when I first joined the military, and even before then, growing up, I used to be admire like just all black entertainment. I used to be like, oh wow, like all black, and everybody is beautiful in their blackness, even if it had some colorisms, even if they were mocking my culture and the African culture. Because okay, let's talk about it. From when we legalized, sorry for that terrible accent. I could recall earlier days where people had caricatures, people who were from the Black Americans were already coming in guns blazing, talking about, oh, you smell like patchouli, you smoke weed every day, making fun of my accents, my people's accents, fishing. Or you come off of the boat. You come off of the boat, or you from the banana boat. Or you virgins. Oh, you slightly like a slightly more graduated version of like how they would like make fun of like our African brothers and sisters or whatever. We didn't have the that's how you speak, right? Like, oh, let me speak in your language, or the hotep, or anybody who was like wearing a dashiki, and they were like, making fun of people like the actual garb, or the drums, you playing with the drum. It was just so many ripe. It was ripe. It was just overripe of like the racist and colonial stereotypes from people I would consider my kin, right? People would be like, oh, you look like me, but they were adamant, I am not like you. When I first came into the Navy, it was, oh, you can speak English? You can speak English? They have electricity where you came from? Coming in hot, like scalding hot. And I was like damn. I was like, I know I see stereotypes on the TV about you, but even then I'd be like, oh, that's just fiction. But apparently, like, from my perspective, is that, oh, what the colonizers taught you, you were like, yeah, this is real. So anyways, so like I keep seeing like these prominent YouTubers who have like a large audience have like this discourse, I guess. It's not really a discourse because it's like they're both like saying the same things, like they're just packaging the same thing differently. It's like, oh, I don't like you. Here's the reasons why I low-key don't like you. Because they won't say high-key and they won't say it like overtly. They'll just be like, oh, low-key, I don't like you. I don't like people from this. And One side is like, oh, I think both sides is like, I think I am better than you for this reasons, and this is why you mistakenly believe that you better than us, but I'm better than you. And then it's just like, just y'all don't like each other. And people in the comments on both ends, stay over there. Stay over there. It's like, can we all, like, the people, I'm on the other side of the internet where they're like, ooh, culture. I love your culture. Ooh, yes, I love, and they don't say, but also they recognize, like, oh, I have my own prejudice, and I have my own, misguided, like, maybe grandfathered in from my parents or whatever, colonial, like, wrongful. I'm trying to, like, decolonize my brain or whatever from, viewing cultures in this way. That's the side of the internet, or the side of, like, the culture wars that I am on. But for those people who are like, oh, that's why I can't stand these people, these blah blah. Okay, can you just say, like, you don't want, like, every time, Kim? And I'm not saying to silence their voice, to censor or whatever, but it's obvious that either sides, where you from the UK, I don't see much people from Africa itself, but it's usually people from, like, Western countries that is, like, constantly talking about this discourse. And I do see people from Africa, but they'd be like, I see what you're saying, and I respect you, and I still open you with open arms. But the people with the most prominent, well, some people, not all of them, but some people with the prominent voices are just like, and that's why I don't like you. And the other side is like, and that's why I don't like you. And I'd be like, well, how many times are you gonna say, oh, and this is why I don't like you? Like, you guys not gonna come to an understanding. Either side of you ain't gonna extend no olive branch. So you guys call it what it is, and it's time to move on. That's how I feel. But I do think that, like, aside from that, having said that, I'm moving on, is that, oh, you guys gotta hit up, like, these YouTubers before, well, Big Brother YouTube, I don't know, before maybe they go elsewhere, and YouTube just, I don't know, with this new policy change or whatever, before it's too late, before they're gone, that you guys gotta hit up, like, YouTubers that, like, from the diaspora. Like, you got to look up, like, it's so interesting, like, to see and to hear, like, the different perspectives, because I see people from French, black French people, Argentina, like, just, like, black people from all over, and their perspective on history is so fascinating. So if you get a chance and you look, like, for instance, I don't even know what the name was, and that's the problem when you coming up with shit off the cuff. But I was listening to somebody in well, they were speaking Portuguese, but they were automatically, like, the captions was in English, and they were just talking about, like, their historical analysis of, like, colorism, and how there's many different, their definition of black is not the same as, like, an American or a Western, or, even, and it's just like in Brazil, it could be many different things and in many different contexts, and it was just, like, so many different, so fascinating. And then there was, like, this French YouTuber who was talking about Argentina, and the history, and then there was the people were talking about Haiti. It's just like, y'all just need to, like, to the people who care to, like, please support, like, these other YouTubers. I know maybe some of you, I'm not gonna hold you that you don't want to read the subtitles, but I'm just saying, it's so good that you got to. It's so good. And then sometimes some of these reaction videos, like, you have a couple, like, African YouTubers that are like commenting or reacting to US politics, TikToks, mainly centered around TikTok videos. But I like to see like different perspectives, and I think you guys too. If anybody even cares to like listen to this video or whatever, because it's like, who am I talking to? Myself, and that's fine. I am at peace with myself. Trust. So, toodles.